Sometimes I get asked if I were to go back to when I was 20 years old, which of course was just last year, right? What sort of lessons would I give to myself? And I think about when I was 20 years old, I was actually preparing for ministry. I was a youth pastor. I wanted to impact the world so much, like getting ready to go to Africa and serve for 5 months. And I knew I loved real estate and business. I actually bought my first house at 26. But the biggest lesson, the things I would have done different, I'm hoping that I want to share with you. I hope this will be something that you can take for yourself. Maybe you can pass it along to a son or daughter or to a niece or nephew. Feel free to share this video. But let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to get into kind of the lessons for my younger self. All right, welcome. My name is Bronson Hill. I'm the CEO of Bronson Equity. We have properties just like this one here behind me. We help investors get cash flow appreciation or tax benefits. Also things like oil and gas or buying private businesses. So let's get into this topic about what lessons I would give to my younger self. So the first thing is that really the value of relationships over wealth. Now, I'm grateful I did this. I did value relationships. I really, like I said, I bought my first house at 26. I wish, though, I had learned more about the money side. I really was just not really interested in it at all, and I just wish I had learned more about it. I wish I learned about syndication sooner. I wish I had learned about building a brand sooner, right? You know, brand is not just having an online brand, but how you show up in a way that you can really impact others and create value for them. And really, I wish I had started raising funds sooner. I know some guys in their early 20s that are raising funds for real estate. I was like, oh, that'd be great to do that, right? But I'm grateful that I did that. I'm grateful that I wish I had spent more time learning about finances, right? The second thing, really mistakes that shaped my philosophy. When I was a youth pastor in Montana, had this house there, ended up fixing it up, and spent 6 months, about a year working on it by myself, and had friends help me literally doing the hardwood floors and the kitchen remodel and the bathroom, and just kind of piecing it all together, hanging doors, all this stuff. And it was good. I felt like it was like a good education when it comes to like working on something. But I had this idea, personally, just that God would provide for me. But I also feel like now is the idea it's important to be a planner, to be somebody who can plan. Even God, if you're a spiritual person, God plans as well. He planned to create the world, plan for all these things to be here. And so as we make plans for the future, that is really important. And I think I would have gone to more successful investors and just shadowed them and just learn what it is they're doing and the things that they're doing to grow their wealth. Because if you have more wealth, it does allow you to be able to give more. And even one famous preacher back in the 1800s said, make as much as you can, save as much as you can, and give as much as you can, right? So if the idea, if you can make money, you use it, and then you can be able to give and be able to impact. And so, there's a saying that it takes money to make money. And I always thought that was kind of where I was when I was 20. I don't have money. When I have money, I'll be able to invest it. When I have money, I'll be able to give more. But it does take money to make money. It just does not have to be your own money, right? It can be other people's money, and that's where the idea of raising capital and bringing other people to deals can be really powerful. The final thing really that I would say to my younger self is that purpose always wins over profit, right? Purpose, what my purpose is here, what your purpose is here to do, that always wins over chasing a profit. There's a test out there, a personality test called StrengthsFinder. You may have heard of it, you may have taken it, and I took it. It was just really opened my eyes. I was actually kind of a little ticked off when I first took it because it seemed very unspiritual at the time of where I was. Where here I was a youth pastor, and my top couple ones were competition and achiever, right? And that didn't sound very spiritual. I didn't really like those. But over time, what I realized is that I can embrace the way that I was wired, right? This idea of competition and achieving, that I have these desire to create great things that really impact a lot of people. And that's awesome, right? I embrace that, right? And so I love this quote by Bob Burg, who wrote the book, The Go-Giver. If you have not read The Go-Giver, for a young person, that's a great book to read. But he says, never use people to get money. Instead, use money to help people, right? Use money to help people. Don't use people to get money, right? So it's subtle, but it's very clear. Hey, you can use money to help people, and the more people you help, the more it creates value for other people. So I was really focused at the time, I was 20 years old, focused on helping people spiritually, but I would have incorporated the financial as well. And this is where financial education, this is where something, if you have a child reading the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, getting into some of these different things that teach about what money is. And now there's all kinds of kids books and courses and things out there about for kids to become an entrepreneur, to grow on how to grow their wealth over time. Really, really powerful. This stuff I'm doing with my daughter as she gets older as well. So God uses these things to grow our purpose, help us grow, and we can help others grow. And so these are things that I would really do. So when it comes down to it, value people, put relationships first, but also learn about money and really find ways to not only make money, but also give money and find ways to learn from other people. Find good mentors in your life that can really help you. I want to share this quote with you. It comes from Epictetus, a famous philosopher. He says, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants," right? So if I'm okay with not having a lot, I can feel very wealthy versus if I have to have, the fancy everything, right? If I've got Rolls Royce tastes, well, it's going to be a lot more to try to figure out how to support that, right? So I think that's something that's really important. And then if you're interested in hearing about the top alternative investments, check out this video up here. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Please do share it. And if you haven't joined our investment club, you can check it out down below. If you haven't read the book Fire Yourself, you can check it out here at Amazon. It's become an Amazon bestseller. But I love you taking the time to educate yourself, whether you're a young person or an older person. If you're somebody who has more experience, share your lessons that you learned in life with other people, particularly around money and around spirituality and things like that, and just what really life is about. And if you're a young person, be open to learn. So thanks for taking time to educate yourself. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.